Welcome back, friends, and thank you for joining me in the kitchen today. Doesn't this look delicious? This is my version of a shepherd's pie. This is one of my favorite comfort meals that I make, and I have been making it for years, and my family enjoys it. So I figured I would share it with you today, and I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. And I'm going to get this in the oven. Actually, today I'm going to be using the air fryer because it is such a warm day, but you could use the oven. And then I'm going to head out and get a little bit of gardening done until it is ready. But doesn't that look delicious? So let's get started and I will show you how this is made. I'm going to be making this in the air fryer today because it is almost 100 degrees outside. It is very warm and my house is cool right now and I don't want to warm it up by turning my oven on. So I have just covered the air fryer pan with some aluminum foil, and this is just a pre-made pie crust that I purchased from the store. You can use a homemade pie crust if you want, but I am simply just going to put this in the air fryer. Now here is the pie crust. I just cooked it in the air fryer at 325 for about 8 minutes. I just want it to lightly brown it. It is not completely cooked on the bottom. I just lightly browned it. It's going to continue to cook when we put the filling in it and put it back in the oven. And here I just have a medium onion that I diced up, and I cut it into about half-inch pieces, just small dices. And I also did the same with a large potato. I just cut it into small half-inch cubes. In my frying pan here, I just have a pound of ground beef that I put in here, and I started to brown it up. It is not completely cooked yet, but we are going to go ahead and get some more ingredients in here. I'm going to add my diced onion. And I'm also going to add the diced potatoes. Give that a quick stir. Get these potatoes in here. This was a large baker potato, so it's probably equal to about 2 medium potatoes. Just going to get these stirred up, and we're going to get these browning and get these cooked up. Only take a couple of minutes. Okay, it has been about 8 minutes now. I checked them at 5 minutes and the potatoes were not quite done. So I'm going to give these a check again. Yep, potato cut right in half. So these are now done. Okay, so right here, I just have a cup of water and I just put a tablespoon of beef bouillon. You can use powdered or whatever bouillon you have, or you can just use beef broth. And I just mixed it up in some warm water to make a cup of beef broth. We are going to add that. And then we like our shepherd's pie nice and creamy, and this gives it some really good flavor. So I'm just going to add a can, that came right out of there, of cream of mushroom soup. So we get all of that out of the can. I'm just going to get this nice and stirred up. And a normal shepherd's pie is actually made, I believe, with lamb. So they technically call it a cottage pie if you make it with ground beef. So technically, I guess we're making a cottage pie, but I was raised with this, and I was raised with it being called a shepherd's pie, so we're just going to go with that for today. Okay, that is all mixed up. Now I'm going to add some vegetables to this. This is just a half a cup of corn. And a half a cup of frozen peas. Now you can add any vegetables you want. If you just have some frozen mixed vegetables, you could add that in. You could add in any vegetables that you like, but I am just going to do some frozen corn and some frozen peas today. Okay, so I just want to, I'm just going to put a little splash of milk, just because we like ours creamy. That was maybe a quarter of a cup. Not a whole lot, just a little bit to give it some really nice creaminess. Okay, and I'm going to turn the burner off on this, and we're going to put this together. My roosters are crowing again. Sorry about that. I am just going to simply take some of this filling. Now, I made enough for a double batch. You can get away with a half a pound of hamburger in here, but I made a little bit extra because I'm going to make a smaller shepherd's pie, and I'm going to send it over to my mother-in-law so she will have some dinner tonight too. I am just going to fill that up just so it's just over the lip of the pie. Now, I cheated on my mashed potatoes. I went ahead and just made up some instant mashed potatoes. We like these ones. These are some roasted garlic, but you can make homemade mashed potatoes if you want. But I cheated tonight. I just made these up. They are nice and quick to make. They just boil the water, dump the pack in, and stir it up, and you are good. And the potatoes were kind of thick, and just to be able to spread them, I added a little bit of extra milk. I just added just a little bit of milk just to thin them up just a little bit, or you could just add a little bit more water because they just call for water. I am simply just going to pile these on top. Let's see if I don't make a mess. And then I'm just going to spread these out. And I kind of want to go all the way to the edge of the pie crust, just so when you put it in the oven, it kind of seals the pie crust closed, so all of your gravy does not run out when it starts to bubble in there. And this is probably not going to be the prettiest. I am definitely not a professional when it comes to making this. This is just something that I grew up eating. It was a quick filling meal when we were kids, and this would easily feed a family of 6 if you have that many in your family, or it's just my husband and I. And this will easily feed us and leave more for leftovers. So I'm just going to spread it out, and like I said, I'm just going to make sure and go to the edge of the pie dough, pie crust, just to kind of give it a nice seal. Now I'm going to put this in my air fryer because, like I said, it is warm out today, but you are welcome to just use a regular oven if you would like. I'm just going to watch it, make sure the top doesn't get real brown. If the top starts to get really brown, I will throw a piece of aluminum foil over. But I'm going to get this in the air fryer at 325, and then we will come back and I will let you know how long it took. So here it is, hot out of the air fryer oven, and nice and golden brown. And just remember, everything inside was cooked. The pie crust only needed a couple more minutes, but the filling was cooked, the mashed potatoes were cooked. So you just need to warm it up. So I went ahead and left it in here for about 18 minutes, and like I said, it was at 325. And now I'm going to let this sit for about 10 or 15 minutes and cool off, and then we will cut a piece and see what it looks like. So here it is. I cut a piece after I let it sit and cool off. I wish you were here. This smells absolutely delicious. We have had this many, many times, and it is one of our favorite meals. It is nice and filling and so delicious. It's kind of like having a beef stew in a pie crust with some mashed potatoes. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please hit the like and the subscribe, and you can even share it out if you would like to. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be back with some other cooking videos. I'm going to be doing some more gardening videos and a couple more canning videos. So thank you again, and everyone, I hope you have a great day. So have a great day, and thanks for watching.